today. I am Lena Scott, and we are really glad that you are here today. And I'm actually really excited because for the first time, I am being joined by Kimberly Logan. Hey, Kim.
Hello, hello.
So, Kim and I are a part of the management team at iGive.com, and we work together frequently, but this is the first time we've gotten to do a webinar together, so we're really excited about that. On the agenda today is some basics that we think are really just important for cause administrators, because really the cause administrator is the person who really has a lot of influence in how successful a cause can be with iGive.com.
The first line of defense, if you will.
Yeah, the first line, that's absolutely a great way of putting it. So we'll talk about signing into iGive. We'll talk about support.igive.com, which we mentioned just a moment ago. We'll talk about the cause dashboard and promoting iGive. And then we'll have some time for Q&A and a little bit about our next webinar. And if you stick around to the end, you might be so lucky as to hear a little sneak peek about our October promotion that is coming up.
I got something up my sleeve.
I heard that. So let's just get started, and we are going to escape away from our PowerPoint and go straight to the
World Wide Web.
World Wide Web. So obviously, when you are signing on to be a cause administrator, the first step that you have to take is going to iGive.com. So you click and you go to iGive.com, and you will see a member sign-in page. This is our cold registration page. I just want to mention that we'll talk about join links later on. But this page is the page you get to if you just type in iGive.com. If you use your custom join link, it'll actually pre-populate with the cause name that you have when your friends and supporters are signing up. But I'm going to click here on member sign in. And even though I am acting as a cause administrator today, I still sign in as me.
As a member first.
A member first. And I know that that's really confusing to some people, because they're like, well, but I get emails to this cause email account, and so why isn't that registered? That's only the email that we use to send to causes information about checks, information about promotions, specific cause messaging. It is not the email that is a individual member account. So you're going to need to create your own individual member account.
Which is free.
It is free.
Which is awesome. And when you use it, you'll learn how much you love iGive and how easy it is to tell everyone you know about iGive.
Kim is also a cause administrator for one of the groups that she's a participant in as well.
It's true.
So I am on the board of the Ryan Breer Foundation, and so it says, hello, Lena. The Ryan Breer Foundation has raised $210.61. This is the screen that everybody sees. If you're a cause administrator, you want to click up here where it says cause in the upper right-hand corner. And that is going to take you to the cause dashboard. Now, everybody can see this, whether they're a cause administrator or not. They can see the cause dashboard. They can see what cause they're supporting. By the way, if they ever wanted to change their cause, they can do it by clicking there. They can see the next check amount. They can see how much the cause has raised year to date. They can see how much the cause has raised total in lifetime to date. And they can see pending amount. Kim, that pending amount confuses people a lot. Do you think you could maybe explain to us what that pending amount is?
I will do my best. We at iGive hold the amount that you have earned for 75 days. And the reason that we do this is merchants have a variety of sort of hoops that they have to jump through. And that 75 days allows us to confirm that they've jumped through their hoops in terms of, was the order out of stock? Did it get sent the day that they said they were going to send it? Was it returned for any reason? Was it exchanged? Did a shopper use a coupon that maybe is tied to a specific promotion and not necessarily agreeable with iGive? Things like that have to be taken into account, and so we want to make sure that when we send you the money, it really is going to stay in your pocket. And so we hold that check for 75 days from the day that you earned the money.
Got it. And is travel any different?
Travel can be very different. We find out typically when you have traveled, not when you booked the flight, not when you booked your hotel or your trip to Saint-Tropez, please take me with you next time, but after you've completed that travel. And again, we do have that 75-day window that we have to honor, and that's going to be 75 days after you travel. So if you book a trip right now, but you don't take it until February, it will show up in your stats in February, but it won't get released into that next check until probably mid-April.
Got it. And is there somewhere you could go if you had questions like that or forgot what we said?
Absolutely. Our support portal is wonderful.
And when you're on your cause dashboard, where it says suggestions and help, there's a link right here to support, right there at the bottom of that first section. The other thing is, these are some of the most common questions that we get relating to causes. So we've put them here with easy links to get there. So one of the most frequently asked questions is, how do I maximize what my cause earns? So we click there, and that takes you right over to iGive Causes, Goals, and Strategy, and that's on our support portal. If you look at the top, it now says support.igive.com, not just iGive.com. You've gone to a separate place, and you can, by the way, bookmark that and go straight to support.igive.com anytime you want without going through the home page, if that's easier for you.
So iGive is for shopping, support.igive is for learning.
Got it. That's a great way of remembering it, Kim. Thanks. So, here's some different things that we're talking about. And at the bottom there is a getting started checklist. I think it's a great checklist and a useful information to make sure that you have access to all of the information that you get.
And the first thing on there is that join link that you mentioned.
That join link is a great way if you're sending it out to supporters. Instead of telling your supporters just going to iGive.com, but like in the Ryan Breer Foundation case, we send them to iGive.com/Ryan Breer Foundation. When they get to that page, it says, thanks for supporting the Ryan Breer Foundation. And then all they have to do is put their name, their email address, and create a password. And they're off and shopping for our foundation. No extra steps. They don't have to search around, make sure that they've got the right foundation or the right organization. It's particularly helpful if you're a cause that might have another cause with a similar name, like a Boy Scout troop.
Sure, so that they go directly to your Boy Scout troop number and not necessarily the Greater Boy Scouts of America. What is that called?
Boy Scouts of America, I think. Or that they don't go to another Troop 35 that
in a different city.
And is in a different city. If you have a general question, you can go and type in the knowledge base, and you can see here we have literally hundreds of different articles that are there. And by the way, if there's an article that you want that we don't have, let us know. We like to make it as easy as possible for members and causes to find the information that they need. If for some reason you've done the search, you've looked it up, you still don't get it, you're still not sure what to do, you can open a ticket at support.igive.com, and you click on Start Tickets, and right here one of the choices is Cause Support. So that's designed specifically for cause administrators, and then when it comes into our support portal, we know that you're a cause administrator and that you have a question about the cause, and we can try and help you to the best of our abilities.
And about how long is the turnaround time on that ticket?
So generally during the day, we try and answer it within an hour or two. I mean, like today, I personally answer a lot of the cause support tickets, but I'm on the webinar, so I'm not going to be able to actually be doing both at once. So, it might take me a little bit longer. And of course, on nights and on weekends, although I do check in at night and weekend too, because I just love iGive. And
wait, aren't you a mom? Can't you do 10,000 things at the same time?
I am a mom, and I do 10,000 things at the same time. But, every once in a while, support becomes 10,001, and that's my limit.
Got it.
So, if you're sending me a note in the middle of the night, the chances are I am hopefully asleep, and I will get back to you first thing in the morning. One of the nice things about iGive is that we're all here in the U.S. and that we're all working together. So it's not like we're spending a lot of money having some support team in another country to be up all night answering your questions. We'd rather make sure that a greater percentage goes straight to the causes.
Absolutely. And we're the people, again, on the front lines. We are iGive. And so we are going to have the best answer rather than hiring a bunch of people who maybe read about iGive and think they understand how it works, but can't quite figure out your question. I don't know if you've had that experience with the support team, but I know I have.
Absolutely. So after you look at suggestions and help, we'll close that one up. The other side of the cause dashboard is cause menu and options. And there's pretty much two sections here. One is promoting iGive, and I promise we will get to that because that's one of my favorite areas. But here's some of the managing your cause section, and I'll say that this is one of those places that a lot of different people seem to have a lot of questions about. So you're the cause administrator, you've signed in with your personal member email account. So I signed in as Lena.
Hi, Lena.
And I clicked on cause in the upper right-hand corner, and now I'm going to click here on edit my cause information.
What?
Yeah, what? This also confuses people a ton. No, I'm not putting in L. Scott in there, and I'm not even putting in Lena's email. I'm not putting in any words. I'm actually putting in my cause ID. My cause ID is a number.
Where did I get that number?
When you first joined iGive.com, your cause administrator was sent that number of your cause ID. If for some reason you've lost it,
or if your cause administrator has maybe become a different person,
absolutely, or you can't locate it for whatever reason, you go back to that support.igive.com, and at support.igive.com, open a ticket and say, hey, I don't remember that.
Okay.
And if you are the cause administrator and have the right email address, or let's say that like you're the cause administrator for a cause that has its own unique email address, like the Ryan Breer Foundation. If I sent an email from Lena at the Ryan Breer Foundation, I'd know that, yeah, that's actually someone who's supposed to have this information. And we would send you a link to reset your cause password and give you the new information for your cause ID.
This sounds like maybe we're trying to keep something a little bit secret. Or is it protection?
It's not secret. It really is protection. I think that because money is involved, it's important to make sure that we're keeping your money safe. And unfortunately, as we know, sometimes there are people out there who try and do scam or do things that aren't great. So we really want to make sure that before we're giving out your cause's password, which lets them into, oh yeah, changing where your checks are sent.
Whoa.
We want to make sure that you know that
it's going to the right person.
It's going to the right person.
Got it.
So that's sort of why we're a little picky about that. If for some reason there's some extenuating circumstances, just email me at support.igive.com, open that ticket, explain what the extenuating circumstances are, and we have some other ways of verifying who you are and making sure that, you know, the right people are getting the right information. So on this page now, I can edit my listing. You can change the contact email address. And by the way, a working email is required to get a check.
Absolutely. If we don't have an email that we can communicate with your cause for, we can't send you a check. Again, because we can't guarantee that the right people are getting that information. And we do want to make sure we get money into the hands of the right people.
Right. That's great. If you need to change things, like for example, where your check is mailed, and by the way, Kim, do we keep causes bank account information?
No, we never see your bank account information. We never even see your credit card information when you shop. All of that for your purchases is managed by the merchants themselves. So don't worry about us, in any way losing your information or letting someone else have it, because we don't even have it. And for your banking information, because we send checks, we also don't get your banking information. We just send you, it's a little old school, but we send you a paper check and you take it to your bank and deposit it.
It's that simple. So here is where the Ryan Breer Foundation gets their checks. Also, there's some, general cause information here. So the Ryan Breer Foundation is actually a foundation that is in memory of my friend's son, who unexpectedly passed away just before his 3rd birthday. So we're a really small group, but our goal is to spread Ryan's love through helping education and like scholarships for students, and
that's
so
really great.
That's what we do. And so there's a little brief description. You know what? We are a 501c3, and somebody forgot to check that. So I'm going to change that here for us because I can do that. These details, sometimes people forget to log in and check these details. And I think the more information that you can give to potential supporters, the better it is.
And one of the great things about iGive, and definitely double check this with your accountant, but if your cause is a 501c3 registered cause, the members that are supporting you through iGive may be able to write that off as a tax deduction.
Yeah, my accountant, when I asked, said that because the way iGive works is that the store is actually giving me a rebate, which I'm directing directly to my cause, and 100% of the rebate that is published is what is going to the cause. So if it says you're getting a 3% rebate, 3% is going to the Ryan Breer Foundation. I was told that I can include that information on my tax return if I itemize my taxes and get a donation. But that's what my accountant told me. You should probably check with your own tax advisor and make sure that that's right for you or your cause. We also do have a rule that says that our cause causes have to be engaged in lawful activity, supporting the public good. We do not like causes that promote hate.
No.
But we don't require a size limit. You can be a big cause or a small cause, but it's important to verify it. So I'm going to, check and verify that. And I'm going to also say how many supporters we have. And right now we have about 100 to 500 people supporting.
That's great.
Yeah, the foundation. So I'll submit that, and now it'll be all updated. And again, we try and make it really simple to do things on iGive.com. So back to cause menu and options. If I want to know when a little bit more about like checks and information, you can go to that cause ledger. So I can see on the cause ledger that we've raised $210, that we've gotten $172, that our next check amount, oh, that's awesome, we're getting a check this month, and that's $27.63, and the pending amount is going to be $10.46.
And again, that pending, the reason it's pending is that sort of 75-day making sure everything is cool time period. It's also, in order for us to make the most of the money that is earned, we don't send a check unless it is $25. It really just keeps us from sending out checks for maybe $3 when it costs us $5 to print the check. So we want to make sure that we're being as fiscally responsible as possible, and we'll send that check to your cause as soon as it hits that minimum $25.
All right. And if I want to know who contributed to that check, is there somewhere I can go to do that, Kim?
Sure is. Go back to that little wing.
Okay.
And check out your supporter list.
Awesome.
Now, when a member signs up, they can tell us if they want to let their cause know who they are. And if they say, yeah, sure, tell the Ryan Breer Foundation who I am, they will appear in your supporter list. If not, all the activity will still get recorded. It'll just show up as anonymous.
So the last check the Breer Foundation received before this month was in December. So we seem to be getting checked about 3-4 times a year, which is pretty good.
Yeah, for a cause your size, that's great.
For a small group. Other causes do get checks every single month. But I'm looking here, and I have a little thing that says yes next to the names of the people who contributed to that check. When we get our new check at the end of this month, it'll update and change and let me know who those people are. It also tells me in this chart who's gone dormant, who hasn't actually shopped in a while, and who has the iGive button installed.
Hey.
That iGive button, I have to tell you, I know a lot of people are afraid of it, but I love it. We have 1,700 stores.
More than that.
More than that.
Yeah.
And every time you turn around, I say to Kim, oh my gosh, did you know that this store was an iGive store? And she's like, yeah. Kim works a lot with the stores, so she actually knows who they are.
I don't even remember all 1,700.
Like Globin, they just came in and joined with us, and they're just such a cool little store. I had no idea they were part of iGive and that I could shop with them and
support your cause.
Support my cause. So if I click here on this send emails to your supporters, we give you some templates of ways to say thank you. So these were the people that contributed to that last check, and you can cut and paste the subject, the message, the email address, and you can send them a little note. I mean, you could send just this one. But
sure, but you know what's really great is personalized messages. When your supporter receives a thank you from you and it tells exactly what that money is going to help. And maybe this is the month that you saved 100 puppies instead of 94 like last month. Or maybe you have a fundraiser, an in-person party that they might want to come to, and you can add that invitation right there. Maybe you have a goal, a fundraising goal that you're trying to hit, and you want to thank them for being part of that. Adding those personal touches is really important.
And that's also revitalizing dormant shoppers or getting prior shoppers those lists.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great thing, and this is a great time of year to do it because
I don't know if you know, but the holidays are right around the corner.
you know how I know? Because my kids have already started making lists. Mom, I want this. Mom, I want that. So I don't know if any of you have kids, but I'm all aware, and my kids know that I love iGive. Not just because I work there, but because it supports the BR Foundation. So they've now started sending me email links and saying, hey, this is a store that you can buy my gift and support the cause through iGive.
That is super smart.
Kids are kids. So, but again, these are here. They are easy tools for you to check and to see how.
And send messages. It's really important to have that sort of communication flow.
That's a great transition into our next segment, which is promoting iGive. So we really believe that talking about iGive is one of the most effective ways. In fact, I think, Kim, we did some research about it.
Causes that have connected to Facebook for these auto posting options that we have earn over 300% more than a cause that doesn't. And basically what that means is your members, your supporters, your friends trust you more than they trust us. And it's not that we're not trustworthy. It's just that, well, we're a business. You're a person, and you're a person that they know. So when you tell your friends how much you like supporting, in this example, the Boy Scout Troop 67, they're a lot more likely to respond in a positive way.
But we also want to make it easy for you.
Absolutely.
So this idea of auto-connecting allows iGive to post certain things on your behalf, and actually at the rate that you control it. So we're not saying how often you have to post. I think the choices are
daily, weekly, and monthly.
Daily, weekly, and monthly. And I think that an important thing about that daily, weekly, and monthly choice is how much are you posting on your own Twitter feed or your own Facebook page. If you're posting a lot, then daily may be okay.
Sure.
If you're really only posting once in a blue moon, you might want to suggest monthly, because
otherwise your page looks like a giant advertisement for iGive, which we think is fine.
Yeah, we do.
Your
supporters might get tired of it. Also, if you're posting the same things over and over again,
it gets boring.
Yeah. I would say if you had to pick one thing, we choose registration, links, shopper supporting activity.
Mm-hmm.
If your supporters say that we can post it, we will do that. They have to give us permission, and you have to give us permission before that gets posted. So we're not just willy-nilly posting things up there for you. A monthly recap. But I would say if you had to pick one thing only to post, it's this last one, the checks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whenever we send checks, which is monthly, for anyone that's earned that $25 minimum, we tell everybody how much that check is. And people get excited by that. They see that what they have done has made a tangible difference. And just that quick little post to Facebook that happens automatically if you set it up will remind them to continue shopping and to tell friends.
Absolutely. I want to move on because I'm really cognizant of our time, and we promised that we would get this seminar done in a half hour, and then we will have time for questions and answers. And I do see some of you have asked some questions. We've tried to answer a couple of them as we went along, but we promise we'll get to them. When you're doing your own newsletters or on your own website, we do have banners and logos that are available for you to use. And you should feel free to take these to customize them. We do have some that are pre-done, like cute little puppies. I adore these puppies.
They're so cute.
But you know what? We realized that there are other causes out there, and we're working on building up more of these that maybe wouldn't fit with a puppy.
That's true.
So we're going and working on that. So if you have something you're looking for, please email us at support.igive.com. We're trying to put together a working list of what people actually what people actually want. But there are banners here, and you can, send out your own message. We also have flyers.
Yeah, some people actually don't use the internet or computers. I know, crazy. But if you're the kind of person who maybe wants to hand out a piece of paper and your supporters are the kind of person who wants to take something home and read about it, we have printable materials, including this lovely Karma flyer, which you can hang on a telephone pole. It's got those great little tear-off tabs, and it has your join link.
Remember, we talked about that earlier.
Yes.
And by the way, as you see, it's been customized because you came and got to it through that. Now, again, if you want to make your own, please go for it. But we do have these that are all done for you. The other thing I wanted to sort of mention was that sometimes people don't quite know what to say.
Oh yeah, that's hard. I'm in my spare time an actor. I'm not a playwright. I can say other people's words great, but when you set me down and say, tell me exactly what you're thinking, I blank. So here we've got a variety of blurbs, long, short, detailed, sort of top of the mind things. You can personalize them or you can send them just as they are and they'll get the point across.
That is so true. So Kim, I think that pretty much covers what we said we were going to cover.
Yeah.
And want to move on.
Sneak peek, sneak peek, sneak peek.
It is promo time, and I'm going to make this nice and big. So, starting on Saturday.
That's right. October already. Can you believe it?
We are doing a promo, a Refer a Friend promo. Refer a friend and your cause gets an extra $1. The one thing we forgot to mention was that everybody has not the join link, but a tell a friend link. And it is right there at the top of the iGive screen.
So this is something that members can do and not just with cause administrators?
Correct. This is for everybody. But cause administrators, tell your members, refer a friend. All they have to do is refer a friend through their tell a friend link. The friend has to visit one store when they've joined iGive.
Yep. Okay.
One store. They don't even have to shop. Just one store. Just check out something cool.
And they have 1,700 choices. How hard can that be?
Really. And as long as they check out that one store by Halloween, they get an extra $1. Yay. It's pretty cool. So we're excited about this promo. It'll go live on Saturday.
Keep an eye on your inbox. Keep an eye on our Facebook, our Twitter. We're on Instagram now. Did you know that?
That's awesome. And we're going to go to question and answers in just 1 second. And I know just because I know some people have to run, I do want to mention that for cause administrators, we are doing another seminar next month. We do usually try and switch off between members and causes, but we're going to do a seminar specifically on ways to increase holiday donations because we know that a lot of you have a fiscal year that ends at the holidays, or even if you don't, the giving is a big deal during the holidays. Did you know that there's a whole day called Giving Tuesday?
I knew.
I think it's great, and we really believe, we've been a part of Giving Tuesday for the last 2 years, and we want you all to be a part of Giving Tuesday as well. So now we're going to go back to our questions and answers, and hopefully this works for us, and we can start answering some of your questions. But in the meantime, we thank you all for being here and for being a part of iGive.com, and if we did not get a chance to get to your question, we will always take questions at support.igive.com. Just open up a ticket. So, Lori asked about trying to attach to Facebook, but saying that we haven't granted iGive permission to post to your account. Lori, I think that there is an article in support.igive.com that takes you through step by step about how to post to Facebook. One of the things we do recommend is actually logging out first of both iGive and Facebook and starting fresh, and make sure that you are the cause administrator.
You also, this is where it kind of gets a little confusing, you also have to be the administrator of the Facebook page.
Right. So if you're not, you may have to work with someone else or give someone else back to that idea of why do we have a cause ID and password and not always have it linked to an email account. If you want to give to your to your Facebook administrator that cause ID and password, they join iGive, they sign in as an individual member, and then they can make that connection for you. So that's a great question. And if you're still having trouble, Lori, again, just open a ticket at support.igive.com and we can email you those questions. Sally, you missed how you got to blurbs. It's really easy. Basically, sign in to iGive.com as an individual member, click on pause in the upper right-hand corner, and then you click on that left-hand tab, cause menu and options, and there is at the bottom of that list about promoting iGive is blurbs. It's right there. I hope that that answered your question there. Rachel asked, can you buy from your phone? Kim, I'm going to let you take this one.
Rachel, we have new apps. They are fantastic. If you've tried our apps before and were less than impressed, please try them again. They were just released in both the Android and Google Play and Apple stores last week. So absolutely, yes, you can definitely buy from your phone. You can probably even administer your cause from your phone, but that screen might be a little small. So I would suggest
you would have to go to the full site,
yes.
Click on the link that says go to the full site from the app in order to do that. One thing I do want to remind people that's a little different about the phones versus mobile devices, tablets and phones versus the desktop and laptop computers is that iGive button, that easy way of identifying all of the iGive stores, only works on desktop and laptop computers.
Right.
So if you're on your phone, you have to actually open the app and then click on the store.
Yep.
You'll go directly to the store and make your purchase in order for it to count. If you use a store app,
won't work.
It won't work. Brendan has a great question. And Kim, since you deal with the retailers a lot, I'm going to have you answer this one. He wants to know why he has to wait 7 days before reporting an incorrect transaction.
Unfortunately, this is something that the merchants themselves have imposed upon us. Because they're dealing with a huge volume of data, when something goes wrong, it can take them a little while to fix it. And unfortunately, when we start knocking on their door after day one that there might be something wrong, it slows them down from actually correcting it because they're trying to reply to everybody who's asked the question. And also because once they do fix that, we have systems in place to automatically update it. Whereas if we manually update it after you've submitted your this is wrong, and then the automatic update happens as well, we've created a new problem. And we don't like to create new problems. The number of data points and transactions that are incorrect in the scheme of things for iGive is quite small. And having that 7 days to make sure that the merchants have time to make their adjustments is just a big help in addressing the larger issues instead of sort of the small one-off things.
That's a great answer, Kim. And you know, the other thing I'd like to say is that we do ask that everyone double check when they are seeing an error in a transaction, because sometimes it's in the fine print, in the details, that maybe a specific portion of a purchase is ineligible for a donation or is a donation at a different rate than the whole store. So always, before you file the missing transaction, just go back and make sure you didn't violate one of the exceptions that, and it's a mistake, we understand that, but you know, it does happen. That I would say, you know, about a quarter of the missing transactions that people submit, once we start digging, we realize they used a coupon that wasn't from iGive, or
they bought baby products that are at a different donation rate than home goods, things like that.
Yeah, and so it wasn't really truly an incorrect transaction. But when it is, we will fight for you, by the way. Kim and her team, they are on top of that for us. So, so that's that. Well, it looks like we don't really have any other questions here right now. So I want to say thank you to Kim. It was great having you with me for our first webinar together. I think that Sandy, our Chief Technology Officer, may be out of a job. It may become the Kim and Lena show instead.
Well,
so thank you all so much for joining us, and we really appreciate you being cause administrators for iGive.com. And remember, support.igive.com is your friend, and we are always here to help you. So thank you so much, and have a great day.
Bye.